The Jaguar XK X150 is one of those cars that never quite got the recognition it deserved. It was fast, gorgeous, and sounded like an aristocrat clearing his throat after a sip of fine whiskey. Yet, despite all of that, it ended up overshadowed by the Porsche 911, the Aston Martin DB9, and eventually, Jaguar's own F-Type. But today, we're going to give it the credit it deserves, diving into its history, performance, racing pedigree, and of course, its Hollywood stardom. Jaguar's XK name dates back to the 1948 XK120, a car that was so fast for its time that it probably gave people heart attacks just by existing. It was followed by the XK140, XK150, and then in the 1990s, the Jaguar XK X100, a car that made middle-aged men feel like James Bond, even if they were just driving to the golf course. But by the early 2000s, the XK8 was starting to show its age. It needed to be lighter, faster, and more modern.
Let's have a look at this. What we have here is the new Jaguar XK. How about that? Now, Jaguar say that this is only a concept car, but don't be fooled by that because we've seen the real thing and we happen to know that this is exactly the same.
And James was right. So Jaguar came up with the XK X150, which debuted at the 2005 Frankfurt Motor Show and went on sale in 2006. I think the Jaguar XK is the better choice over the Porsche 911. Disagree? Let me know why in the comments. The biggest leap forward was the XK's all-aluminum monocoque chassis. This made it much lighter than its predecessor, meaning it could actually go around corners without feeling like an overweight cat trying to jump onto a windowsill. The styling was classic Jaguar, elegant, curvy, and muscular. It had a massive oval grille, sleek headlights, and a body shape that looked both aggressive and refined at the same time. It was also available as both a coupe and a convertible, because what's the point of having a loud V8 if you can't let everyone hear it? Inside, the XK was pure British luxury. Leather, wood, aluminum. It was like sitting inside a high-end cigar lounge, except this one had 470 horsepower. During its development, the Jaguar XK underwent extensive testing at the Nürburgring to refine its handling and high-speed performance. Jaguar engineers focused on balancing the car's lightweight aluminum construction with a sophisticated suspension setup, ensuring it remained both a capable grand tourer and a true driver's car. The high-performance XK-RS was particularly honed on the Nordschleife, benefiting from stiffer suspension, improved aerodynamics, and sharper steering. This Nürburgring testing helped the XK maintain stability at high speeds while delivering a more engaging driving experience, making it one of Jaguar's most dynamic cars. Under the hood, Jaguar gave us several versions of the XK, depending on how brave you were feeling. Base models, 4.2-liter V8 with 300 horsepower, hitting 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 6.2 seconds. 5-liter V8 with 385 horsepower and 0 to 100 in 5.2 seconds. If you wanted something louder, faster, and a bit terrifying, Jaguar offered the supercharged XKR models, a gentleman's supercar. 4.2-liter supercharged V8 with 420 horsepower, getting from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.9 seconds. 5-liter supercharged V8 with 510 horsepower and 0 to 100 in only 4.6 seconds. And then, for people who felt like normal speed wasn't enough, there was the XKRS, a car so aggressive that it looked like it wanted to punch a Porsche in the face. XKRS gets 550 horsepower and hits from 0 to 100 in just 4.2 seconds, also making 300 kilometers per hour top speed. And not forget about XKRS GT, a limited edition track monster with carbon ceramic brakes and a rear wing big enough to double as a picnic table. All XK models came with a 6-speed ZF automatic gearbox, which was quick, smooth, and could be controlled with paddle shifters. Jaguar's AJ V8 engine family, an in-house design with development predating Ford's acquisition and first released in 1996 as a 4-liter, saw widespread use in models like the Jaguar XJ8, XK8, and S-Type. Even Ford utilized variations in their Thunderbird and Lincoln LS. In 2002, the refined 4.2-liter version was further polished and found its way into even more models, including the X150 Jaguar XK. So naturally, aspirated 4.2 generally offers the best reliability due to its simpler design. The supercharged version in XKR is also solid, but requires attention to its supercharger system. The later supercharged 5-liter V8 found from 2009 can experience more timing chain and coolant issues due to increased engine stress. When it launched in 2006, the Jaguar XK had a starting price of around £58,000. This put it right in the middle of two very tempting alternatives. Aston Martin V8 Vantage, costing £80,000, and Porsche 911 Carrera for £58,380. So while the XK was cheaper than an Aston Martin, it was almost identical in price to a base model Porsche 911 Carrera. The problem? The 911 had better resale value, sharper handling, and a cult following, while the XK was seen as more of a stylish cruiser. And sales figures says it all. Between 2006 and 2014, Jaguar XK sold 54,731 units worldwide, while Porsche 911 had sold 213,004 units. Despite being a fantastic grand tourer, the XK was simply outgunned by the 911, which had stronger brand loyalty and a wider range of models to choose from. However, a silver lining exists for those looking for a stylish grand tourer today. Used Jaguar XKs can now be found for roughly a third of their original price, sometimes even cheaper, making them an exceptionally attractive option for budget-conscious enthusiasts. Now, while the XK was mostly a luxury GT, Jaguar did try to take it racing, because of course they did. Jaguar partnered with RSR Racing to create a Jaguar XKR GT2 for the American Le Mans Series, ALMS. This car was built to take on Ferrari, Porsche, and Corvette in endurance racing. How did it do? Well, let's just say it didn't exactly dominate. While it looked absolutely stunning, it spent more time getting repaired in the pits than actually racing. The GT2 Jaguar had potential, but reliability issues kept it from being a serious threat. While the GT2 Jaguar spent more time in the pits than on the podium, a private team, perhaps fueled by sheer stubbornness and maybe a love of spanners, bravely stepped forward to give this whole Jaguar and GT racing thing another go. The Emil Frey Racing Jaguar XKR GT3 was a bold privateer effort to bring Jaguar back into competitive GT racing. Developed by Emil Frey Racing, a Swiss motorsport team, this race car was based on the Jaguar XKR and modified to meet FIA GT3 regulations. Unlike factory-backed rivals, Emil Frey took on the challenge independently, refining the car's aerodynamics, suspension, and powertrain to compete against established GT3 contenders. Despite its underdog status, the XKR GT3 showed flashes of brilliance, securing respectable finishes in series like the Blancpain GT series. Though it never became a dominant force, the project demonstrated the passion and engineering expertise of Emil Frey Racing, paving the way for their future success with brands like Lexus and Ferrari.
How brave is that? Up into second place past the 26 Audi. So Jonathan Hershey there, he is
great.
0-1 on the illumination on the windscreen. The 114 Jaguar leading but being pushed very hard.
While the XK didn't get as much Hollywood screen time as an Aston Martin, it still made some impressive appearances. In the action comedy My Spy, the XK was used to bring some British style to the mix. But beyond the big screen, it also made its mark in the music world. If you've ever watched Beyoncé's Irreplaceable, or Nicki Minaj's Fly, you've probably spotted an XK looking just as glamorous as the artists themselves. And of course, Top Gear featured it multiple times, with Jeremy Clarkson himself praising its V8 soundtrack and calling it a proper grand tourer.
Drives this well and sounds like that.
It may not have been James Bond's car of choice, but in the world of stylish grand tourers, the XK still managed to steal the spotlight when it needed to. By 2014, Jaguar had a problem. The XK was still a fantastic car, but sales were slowing down. Buyers were either choosing Aston Martins because they wanted something posh, Porsches because they wanted something faster, Jaguar's own F-Type because it was newer, cheaper, and made even louder noises. So Jaguar ended XK production in 2014, focusing on the F-Type and SUVs, because, apparently, the world needed more crossovers. Despite being underrated when new, the Jaguar XK is now a hidden gem. It offers a stunning design, a powerful V8, and proper grand touring comfort. Best of all, prices are still relatively affordable, for now. But with the way classic Jags appreciate, don't be surprised if the XK becomes a collector's car in the next decade. So, if you're looking for a grand tourer with style, speed, and a soundtrack that will make pedestrians turn their heads, the Jaguar XK is one of the best choices out there.